Alright, this is your quadratic equation. So, to find the x-intercept, okay, we know that the x-intercept lies on the x-axis. So what that means is you will have the y-coordinates of the x-intercept equal to 0. So for your equation, you just basically substitute 0 for y, and you have 1/4, and then you have x minus 2, and you also have x minus 4. So to solve for this, basically we set each term equal to 0, and you know that 1/4 is equal to 0, or x minus 2 equals to 0, or x minus 4 equals to 0. And we know this is not going to be true, so we ignore this, okay, and we just solve this. X equals to 2, x equals to 4, and so your x-intercept written in coordinates form will be 2, 0, since you already know that your y-coordinates is 0, and also 4, 0. Okay. Alright, the next thing it wants us to find is the axis of symmetry, your AOS. Right? Remember, the axis of symmetry is really just the middle of these two roots, or your x-intercepts. Right? So the middle, basically the midpoint of 2 and 4. So you can guess that is 3 already, x equals to 3. Or if you really want to find it, doing the math, you find the midpoint of 2 and 4. So to do that, you basically have to do the average. So you add the 2 and divide it, and you get 3. So your axis of symmetry is x equals to 3. Alright, so far we have your x-axis. Let's go ahead and graph that. Or your x-intercept. Let's go ahead and graph that. That will be 2 and 4. And you have your axis of symmetry, which goes in the middle of 2 and 4. And the next thing your equation asks us to find is your vertex. And you know that the vertex lies on the axis of symmetry, so we already know the x-coordinates, which is 3, since it lies on the axis of symmetry. Now we just substitute 3 into your original equation. Alright, and we will solve for y. 3 minus 2, 3 minus 4. Let's solve that. Alright, so we know we need to do the parentheses first. 3 minus 2. This should give us -1, and here's 1/4. Since multiplication is commutative, I can multiply these two first, which gives you -1. And then -1 times 1/4 is -1/4. So now that's your y coordinates, and since you have 3 already, your vertex must be 3, -1/4. So 3 and -1/4 is slightly below, which is right here. So that's your vertex. Now the last thing that this question asks you to find is your y-intercept. And we know that the y-intercept always lies on the y-axis. So that means, or on your y-axis. So that means the x-coordinates is always 0. Okay? So we let x equals to 0, solve for y. So now, from my original equation, I have y equals to 1/4. Now I'm going to substitute for x. So 0 minus 2, 0 minus 4, 0 minus 2, -2, -4, 1/4. Alright. Multiplication is commutative. That means I can multiply in any order I want. want to, and so this will be 8 1/4. 8 times 1/4 is 2, so my y-intercept must be 0, 2. Okay, put that on the graph as well, and now I can complete my graph. Here's my U shape. And that's the end of the question. All right.